Hello guys and welcome back to the Nurses Hub. So today we are going to discuss about the female pelvis. So let us start the topic without any further delay. Female pelvis, and it is also called as the gynecoid pelvis or maternal pelvis. The female pelvis is made up of four bones. There are two innominate bones, one sacrum bone, and at the bottom there is a coccyx bone. The innominate bone is further divided into three parts: the ilium, at the bottom the ischium, and at the front we have the pubic bone. Coming to the ilium, the upper border of the ilium is called as the iliac crust. So whenever we rest our hands on the hip, they are going to rest on the iliac crust. Inside it has got a concave fossa or the depression which is called as the iliac fossa. This particular line is called as the iliopectineal line, and when it continues further it becomes prominent and it is called as iliopectineal eminence. The ilium has got four spines: the anterior superior iliac spine, the anterior inferior iliac spine, at the back posterior superior iliac spine, and posterior inferior iliac spine. Coming to the ischium, we have body of the ischium, a ramus, and at the bottom you can see that there is a thick broad portion which is rough. It is called as the ischial tuberosity. So whenever we sit on the floor, usually the ischial tuberosity bears the weight. This particular cavity is called as the acetabulum cavity. So where the head of the femur bone is going to take place its attachment for the purpose of articulation. Coming to the pubis. So pubis has got a body, a superior ramus and an inferior ramus, and this particular oval shaped cavity which you can see is called as the obturator foramen. So at the side, as you can see, we have two curvatures. The greater curvature is called as the greater sciatic notch, and the lesser curvature is called as the lesser sciatic notch. In between the two curvatures we have a small bony prominence which is called as the ischial spine. Next, coming to the sacrum. So sacrum is a wedge shaped bone and it is made up of 5 fused vertebrae. So this is the sacral promontory. Both the sides it has got the ala or the wings. As you can see, there are small openings in the sacrum bone which are called as the foramen ovule. So from there it is the passage for the connection of the spinal nerves. At the back side you can see that the sacrum bone it has got the irregular rough surface which gives the attachment to the muscles. Coming to the coccyx bone. So coccyx bone is made up of 4 fused vertebrae and it is attached with the sacrum at the bottom. Next, coming to the joints of the female pelvis. The joint between the sacrum and the ilium is called as the sacroiliac joint. The joint between the two pubic bone is called as the symphysis pubis. The joint between the sacrum and the coccyx bone is called as the sacrococcygeal joint. Coming to the ligaments of the female pelvis. Between the sacrum and the ilium we have sacroiliac ligament. Between the two pubic bones we have interpubic ligament. Between the sacrum and the coccyx we have sacrococcygeal ligament. At the back, between the sacrum and the ischial spine we have a ligament which is called as sacrospinous ligament. Between the sacrum and the ischial tuberosity we have a ligament which is called as sacrotuberous ligament. The female pelvis is divided into two parts, the true pelvis and the false pelvis. So the area of the pelvis which is above the pelvic brim, that is called as the false pelvis. The pelvic brim or the iliopectineal line, so above that whatever the area is present is called as the false pelvis, and below the pelvic brim, the cavity and the outlet, that is considered in the true pelvis. Next, coming to the diameters of the female pelvis. So we have three types of diameters here: the anterior posterior diameter, the oblique diameter, and the transverse diameter. So let us see the diameters of the pelvic inlet. So we have inlet, which is at the top, we have the cavity in the middle, and at the bottom we have the outlet. So coming to the inlet, we have the anterior posterior diameter, which is 11 centimeters, and it is measured between the sacral promontory and the upper inner border of the symphysis pubis, that is 11 centimeter. Next is the oblique diameter, which is 12 centimeters, and it is measured from the sacroiliac joint up till the opposite side iliopectinal eminence. Okay, so this is 12 centimeters. And the transverse diameter, which is measured between the farthest points of the iliopectinal line, and that is 13 centimeters. Coming to the diameters of the pelvic cavity, so since there is no bony prominences in the cavity, all three diameters are same: the anterior posterior diameter of the cavity, and the oblique diameter and the transverse diameter of the cavity are all 12 centimeters. So next we'll move on to the diameters of the pelvic outlet. So this bottom portion is the pelvic outlet. So we have again the three diameters there. So the anterior posterior diameter, which is measuring from the sacrococcygeal joint till the lower border of the symphysis pubis, and this is 13 centimeter, the anterior posterior diameter. Next is the oblique diameter, which is measuring from the center of the sacrospinous ligament till the center of the obturator foramen of the opposite side. So from the sacrum till the ischial spine we have a ligament, that is sacrospinous ligament, and from the center we are measuring this to the center of the opposite side obturator foramen. This is 12 centimeters. Okay, the oblique diameter. Transverse diameter of the outlet, which is measured between the two ischial tuberosities, and it is 11 centimeters. There are two more things I want to tell you. There is an anatomical conjugate, the diagonal conjugate, and the obstetrical conjugate. So the first one, we have seen the inlet, the anterior posterior diameter from the sacral promontory up till the upper inner border of the symphysis pubis, that is 11 centimeter, and it is also called as the obstetrical conjugate. From the sacral promontory up till the uppermost border of the symphysis pubis, it is called as the anatomical conjugate, and it is 1 centimeter more than the obstetrical conjugate, it is 12 centimeter. From the sacral promontory up till the lower border of the symphysis pubis, we have the diagonal conjugate, and it is 13 centimeters. So this is all about the pelvic diameters. We have inlet, we have cavity, and we have the outlet, and we have to measure three diameters for all the three, that is anterior posterior, the oblique, and the transverse diameter. So please don't get confused between the pelvic diameters. It is very simple to remember, as the inlet diameters for anterior posterior, the oblique, and the transverse are 11, 12, and 13 centimeter. Cavity, all the three diameters are same, that is 12 centimeters, and the outlet we have exactly opposite diameters of the inlet, that is the anterior posterior is 13 centimeter, the oblique is 12 centimeter, and the transverse is 11 centimeter, which is exactly opposite to the pelvic inlet diameters. So this is all about the female pelvis. Any of the kind of doubts or clarifications there, kindly let me know in the comment box, and don't forget to share and subscribe the channel.